Clinton Jaws here. I'm Clinton Jaws. I woke up this morning. I went to bed around midnight. I woke up this morning around 5 in the morning because I'm a weirdo. I'm retired. A retired police officer. And you would think that I would be able to get a good sleep. You would think I would just be able to get a good sleep after all those years of being a cop. But I can't. I want to sleep until 10, but I can't. And this is what I wake up to, guys. I don't know why I closed my computer because I got a video I need to show you. Halifax. No shooting. People are complaining about a Halifax police officer that didn't shoot a black man. They're calling this guy racist for not shooting him. This is the world we live in. And you got to hear what his boss has to say. Here's the video. Take a look.
I said, I'll fill you with lead, boy. Jeez.
Oh, they're shooting. I was gone. Gone!
These cops go to a call, it's weapons. They find a loaded weapon, a loaded firearm. I'm not going to get angry. Okay. I'm not going to get angry. They find drugs. They find a loaded weapon. This cop says something about, I'm going to fill you with lead. Okay? Everybody's got a problem with this. Let me ask you something. If a police officer has his gun out and the gun is pointed at you, are you just going to keep on walking away? This is what the world's come to. This is what they do now. Shit rats don't listen to what police have to say. And everybody has a problem with it. The media has a problem with it. Civilians have a problem with it. His police boss has a problem with what this cop did. They're at a high-risk situation. The guy is walking away from the police officer. This police officer shows amazing restraint. This guy says, you can't shoot me in the back. Yeah, you can. You're allowed to shoot somebody in the back. If you flinch at all, you have every right. Do you not think this cop was thinking in his head, he probably has a firearm? He has reason to believe that bad guy has a firearm. Who in their right mind doesn't stop walking when there's a gun pointed at him? And you know what bad guy's doing, right? He has dialogue with this cop. He's coaxing the cop. That's what he's doing. Arms, you can't shoot me you can't shoot me in the back. You're not allowed to shoot me for nothing. Coaxing him while planning out his escape. And he escapes. And everybody has a problem with the police officer's actions. Nobody is afraid of police anymore. Bad guys aren't even they're a joke. Bad guys think police are a joke. And the reason is everybody's against police. And it gives bad guy the right to run away. It gives bad guy the right to not listen to police. Because they got such a bad reputation now. How do you get it back? The bosses got to step up and give it back. You wouldn't believe what this Halifax chief said about this cop. So this is what I wake up to. I wake up to articles. Actually, somebody sent it to me. CBC. Video shows Halifax officer pointing weapon, yelling something unacceptable at a man with hands up. And I thought, oh, that's not bad. They said at a man. They didn't describe the man's skin. Okay, that's a start. Maybe we're getting somewhere, right? First sentence. Police officer was pointing weapon at a black man. Say two activists who shared video. No, CBC. Says CBC. Don't blame it on the two activists. You posted this. right away race into it, right? There's race into it. I'm getting sick and tired of it. And I'm thinking, what should I name my video? What do I name my video? If I'm going to follow their lead, what would it be? White cop doesn't shoot black man? It's just so stupid. Maybe I should name it that. This article is for the bad guy. You would think CBC would come out and go, hey, they arrested 3 bad guys for drugs and a loaded weapon. No, they don't like what the cops said. And what did the cops say? Oh, what? I'm gonna fill you with effing lead, something like that, right? Everybody's got a problem. What's wrong with that? Who gives a rat's ass what he said? Have you ever been at a high-risk situation? He's got his gun out. You got to use the strongest words sometimes. Nothing's working. This guy's walking away from him. Do you want him to talk all cutesy? Drop your gun, you big poo. Like, it doesn't make any sense, does it? You're gonna do whatever you have to do to get bad guy to stop. And sometimes you can't even get them to stop. I remember being in Duncan. I believed a guy had a firearm. We had reason to believe it. I pointed my gun at him. I yelled at the top of my lungs, put your arms up in the air. He's like this. My gun is pointed at his head. Put your arms up in the air. And he does this. After I scream it. They don't care. Sometimes they don't care. So you got to escalate. You have to demand. Big deal. I'm going to fill you with lead? Big deal. So? You got a problem with that, community of Halifax? You're for the bad guy, but you're not for the police officer? Senseless. What else do they say? The video, which appears to have been taken from the balcony of a building, shows the man walking away from the white officer. Okay. Oh, yeah, this dipshit. So the chief of Halifax, he's Chief Kinzella, okay? I don't know if I'm saying it right. This is what he told CBC News. Police have not found the man in the video, but are hoping to talk to him. Now, I don't know if this chief actually said that. What do you mean, Kins? You're hoping to talk to him? He's under arrest for resisting arrest. Why do you think he walked away, by the way? He probably had a firearm. He's getting the hell out of there. We're hoping to talk to him. Who is this guy? We recognize that any such incident can be deeply damaging to police-community relations. That's what he says. He finds what the officer said unacceptable. And it can be deeply unacceptable. Why is it unacceptable? Why is that unacceptable? Because Kins hasn't been on this. He hasn't been a street cop. He hasn't been on the road in years. They forget. They have no clue. They end up forgetting what it's like. He's in meetings. He takes meetings. Where's Kins? Oh, he's in a meeting all morning. He's in a meeting all afternoon. When's the last time you were on the road, Kins? You find it unacceptable what this officer said? Give me a break, dude. And damaging to police community relations? What's damaging to the community are these shit rats with weapons and drugs. And what do these officers do? They clean up your community. They took weapons and drugs off the street, and they're going to catch this shit rat that ran away. Kins has a problem with this. The media has a problem with this. People on Twitter have a problem. How can you have a problem with this? The cop goes out and busts his ass, does whatever he can to get bad guy, and you guys criticize him for it. Unbelievable. We're hoping to talk to him. The investigation will now take two paths. One looking at what led to the incident, and the other looking into what was said and in what context. Who gives a shit about context? He thought he had a firearm. He's walking away from him. That's not normal. Any flinch into a pocket, this cop's going to shoot him in the back. High risk situation. You don't know what context? Forget about context. You say whatever you have to say. You're allowed to say whatever you want to say. And now you're going to look into it, which means code of conduct, right, for this cop? Took him off. He's on administrative leave. Took him off the road. Punished him. This chief punished this cop. Global. What does Global say? Halifax police officer under investigation for unacceptable comments in video with a man held at gunpoint. Not bad. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares what Global has to say? They found a 30-year-old man in possession of narcotics and a firearm inside the vehicle, which was loaded. Who loads the... You're not allowed to have a firearm in your vehicle loaded, okay? You're not allowed to have a fire... It's a handgun, guaranteed. They don't say that. Halifax police officer threatens to shoot man full of lead in video. Who cares? Halifax Today. Way to go, Halifax Today. Standing up for your police officers, aren't you? How can you have a problem with police taking bad people off the streets and making your community safer? Why does it have to be racist because the cop said, if you move, whatever, I'm going to fill you up with some lead? Hey, I've said it before. Stop or I'll shoot. I was running after a guy. You say what you have to say. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me for saying that to the bad guy? That'd be a little bit weird, wouldn't it? These bosses, these inspectors, these sergeants, these staff sergeants, these chiefs, they haven't been on the road in years. You know why? By choice. They don't want to be on the road. They hide in the office, and it's their job to have meetings and criticize about other members. That's what they do. I find what he said unacceptable. This cop's life is now dramatically disturbed because he has a boss like you. Kins could have came out to the media and just said, you know what? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the language that the cop chose. But, hey, look what we got. Look what we found. Look what we did. We just made the community safer. But he makes this about the police officer. Don't you find that a little weird? You should be applauding police. Everybody should be applauding this moment. But you're mad and you're outraged because he said he was going to fill somebody with lead. What Kins did was chicken shit and spineless. They made the community safer. They made the community better, not worse. Kins, you got to take your head out of your ass. It's hard to watch. It's hard to review. It's all designed for the chief to look good in the public eye. I'm going to throw you guys under the bus while making myself look perfect. I don't know. What else do I say? These people, police bosses. Anyways, Halifax police, hell of a good job. And I mean it. Keep it up. Bye-bye.